God that wields the dark Mjolnir returns to descend to his throne of thought and answer your question as the Magnusite movement marches closer to 10 million subscribers, over 1 million strong. Now, we have got a letter from Mr. Wynn, and this is what he says. Hoping you have some advice for my situation. We all know there's a stigma with living with your parents. Well, I'm 30 years old and I live with my parents, or rather they live with me. They're both elderly, are not in the best of health, and live on a small fixed income. I love them and am more than happy to have them live with me. Okay, so what is the problem? Except when it comes to dating. I have had no luck getting into relationships with women. Things seem to fizzle out after a few days, and I'm sure some of it has to do with my living situation. I'm also sure some of it, me and my insecurities about my situation as well. What can I do? Am I overthinking this? Appreciate any advice, and if someone had somehow this becomes public, I prefer to remain anonymous. Thank you. All right, well, there you go. So here's the thing: most women want a caring man, the one that, you know, one thing that women are taught is, you know, you watch how a man treats his mom, and you'll see how he's going to treat you. You'll know if he respects women or not. And you are not only taking care of your mother, you're taking care of your father. So they live with you. They get income, you know, from the government. But apparently, they may not be able to live on their own. That's why they stay with you. So, I don't think that most women would have an issue with this. I feel like you may be overthinking this, unless whenever the women come to see you, your mom and dad are like right there. You know, right on the couch, right there when she's coming over for your together time. You know, I don't know what you live in. Like, my house right now is big enough to where if I did have my parents living with me, I could arrange like, look, mom, dad, you need to stay downstairs in the TV room. I'll be up in the living room or in my bedroom with my woman. Don't bother me while she's here, goddammit. You know what I mean? If you live in a small home, that could be an issue, especially if your girlfriend lives at home with her parents and doesn't have her own place. Then she's like, damn, I want to come to your house to have alone time, but whenever I come to your house, we got to be with your parents. I could see that being an issue, but I don't know. I've never heard of a woman breaking up with a guy over that. What I'm wondering is if you're making it clear what the situation is. If you were to say, casually in conversation, yeah, you know, I take care of my parents, they stay with me, you know, they took care of me, so, you know, I'm returning the favor. They're old and, you know, they've got their physical issues, so. And most girls are, oh, I want to have his babies now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you're just like, yeah, I live with my parents. Yeah, that's okay with you. You know what I mean? Depends on how you deliver that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you're doing, but I think you are overthinking it. And to tell you the truth, man, let me tell you something. If a girl refuses to mess with you because you taking care of your parents, fuck her. Forget her then. She's probably someone that's heartless anyway, so you don't need her. If she can't understand your situation, then you don't need her, okay? That's what I got to say, all right? So hopefully you're all right, man. Hopefully you're not overthinking it. Like I said, if it sizzles after a few days, I mean, you said, you know, you think it has a lot to do with your living situation and your insecurities about the living situation. You think it's all about the living situation, whether it's them looking at it or your insecurities about it. I wish I had more details about your living situation so I could kind of understand this. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I'm gonna leave it at that. As a matter of fact, I might even do a live you now after I upload this, and if you see this, you can jump on there, and maybe I can, you know, get you in here so we can talk. You know what I'm saying? So, post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. Is there anything that you think that I missed? You know, most of you tend to always agree with the advice that I give, and you know, I'll never steer you wrong, brother, because I always talk to y'all like your family, friends, you know, somebody that's close to me, because I don't, you know, but I think you're overthinking it, and like I said, if it is what you think it is, then forget them. You know what I mean? That's your parents. You know what I'm saying? It's your parents. All right. 10 million subscribers. Woo! You may now subscribe.